Hello, always Dizzy here. Um, yeah, so I increased my puzzle streak quota from 38 to 39. This will be my first time attempting puzzle streak of 39 on stream. Um, I was starting to get the 38s pretty quickly, and so yeah, it was time to increase it again. Um, Let me just adjust something over here. Yeah, so upwards and onwards. Hopefully I can make this a regular thing, consistent at 39. And I think that's pretty good. I mean, that's some good puzzle practice every day, right? 39. Okay, with all of that said, I'm going to start here in a second. I'm almost 2 minutes in, so I'll subtract that from my starting time. And here we go. Yeah, 39 now. I remember when I started with this, it was I started at 30. I think I started at 30. It might have even been less than that. And now I'm at 39. Feels good. Okay, so I don't see the first one other than Bishop H3, but he can just go like Queen H2. I guess I could give a check. Is that really the best I can do? If so, that seems like a terrible puzzle. No, that doesn't even. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but is that really the best? Oh, what a terrible puzzle. Oh, yuck. That was disgusting. Okay, well, we can take on E5, but that first puzzle, holy crap, was that bad. Actually, this is a mate. And here we have the queen. Okay. We are black. We can just go after the A pawn. This is mate in 2. This is a free bishop. Oh no, I'm hearing that stupid sound outside again. Or not outside, I think it's the neighbor. It's like a little ticking sound, and it drives me bonkers. Mate in 2. Yeah. How am I supposed to get used to that annoying sound? It's very subtle, but I'm very sensitive to sound. Okay. So we have a fork. Is that good enough? Probably. Seems good enough to me. And we will take that. Hang on. This is a little iffy. Because after he pushes... Let me think. Take, and then he gets F7. I can sack the rook for his knight. Okay, we are white. We could take his bishop, but this check looks even better. That should be mate. Not that way, though. Rook F8. We can take and then bishop C5. And that should be good. We have a fork here, so I wonder if I can just take on F2. I think I can. And we are black. I have a fork here. God, that sound. I got to do something about that sound. I don't know what it is. I think it might be like a CPAP machine or something, but I should maybe buy those foam things you can put on the wall. I don't know if that would help though. Chat GPT said it probably wouldn't help. Anyways, yeah, this doesn't make sense because I'll just be down the exchange. Wait. Yeah. Well, I guess I could look into checks and then, yeah, maybe check and then I have knight d6. So queen f8. What if he blocks with his queen? Then I have a fork. So he has to move the king, and then I play knight d6, and then I'll have a pawn. That's the only thing that makes sense. So we'll do that, and then we'll fork. And fortunately, white doesn't have any checks here. And here we can take. Okay. So I'm wondering about takes and then rook e1. So takes, check. That seems to work. Okay. Check. Yeah, that is just mate in 3, I think. 1, 2, 3. Now, if he goes to g8, then that's a different story. Okay, let's look at queen h5. That's not going to, that's not really going to help. No, it's got to be rook h4, king g8. And then I don't think there's a benefit of this. God, that sound. Really drives me bonkers. I wonder if it's my heater. I don't think so. Okay, sorry, distracted. Rook h4, king g8, queen f6. There we go. It's like I got ADHD or something. This should be a mate in 2. No, but I'm very easily distracted, and there's a sound. It's like a boop, boop, like every 4 seconds. Okay, so we have this check, and then we can come back and take this other rook. To me, that is pretty self-explanatory. This rook is under attack, so I have to account for that. So he moves the king, and then I come back here though, and what? That doesn't seem quite right. Because if I take on b1, king g1, and then I take back here, he's taking on a5. I guess I would be up the exchange there. No, that can't be right. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Because I'm getting a rook for 2. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, one thing I forgot to account for, though, is that he can be captured. But if he does, then I save this rook. Yeah. And so here we have a fork, bishop c5. Looks to be good. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And I have rook a8 now. Yeah, I'm thinking rook a8 and then bishop a7, because I don't see what he does about that. Okay, we have this, and then our king is more active. So take, and then king c5 should be winning. Okay, and then there should be a mate in 2. And we have a discovery on E1, so we have a check on F3. If he moves the king, it's going to be mate. So he has to take on F3, but if he does, then it's mate. So, oh, sorry, I forgot. He could take with this pawn, but we're winning material here. So I think I can just take the rook is probably best. I'll be up the exchange. I don't think we have to overthink that. And I have a discovery on F2. So I wonder if I could do this check. He has to take, and then I have a mate. Yeah, so it's going to be rook C1, rook takes C1, queen takes F2, king H1, queen F1, and then it'll be mate. Okay, we are black. Check. This is a maneuver. It's a pattern. Run the rook pawn. Knights are so bad at chasing them. If he pushes here, I just take it, and then his knight's even farther away, and he's not coming in to stop that. Okay, he brought in the king, but yeah, no, I just pushed the pawn. Yeah, and I'm thinking I might be able to pick up his rook. So if we give a check, that sound is really driving me insane. I want to turn off my heat. Let's see if it's my baseboard heater. I don't think it is though. I think it's next door. I think that they've got a heater on or something that drives me bonkers. Okay, actually, there's the fork. Sometimes when I get up, I can figure it out. Okay. The refreshing of the brain. And now it's frozen here. Lichess is frozen. Not good. That sucks. I'm going to have to refresh. Okay, and it's making me do it again. Okay. The queen looks like a little offside. By the way, that sound might have stopped. That might have been my baseboard heater. We'll see. So anyways, we have this fork. He can block it. Yeah, I'm not hearing it anymore. That might have been my baseboard, which is amazing. Okay, I'm excited about that. But okay, so queen d5, rook e6. I have f5. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I don't see what shenanigans he's going to do apart from what I just showed. So rook e6, f5. He has no way to harass me there. Oh wait, I'm hearing the sound again. Yeah, shit. It wasn't my heater. It's next door. Damn, I was getting excited about that. Okay, so I can take on h6. If he recaptures, I mean, that looks very good, but is that winning? That's a very big move to play. I don't see how he escapes it, though, other than giving up his queen. Right, because I'm threatening mate. If he, oh, maybe it's rook f6. But I just take it. That doesn't help him. Yeah, so rook h6 looks pretty good. And, yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Again, he can move the rook somewhere. But I'm just going to give mate, so this should be working here. Yeah, and he has to give up the queen. Okay, man, it's a long process. So many puzzles to have to be completed here. And yeah, that sound is still here. God damn it. Let me see if this works. Trying to cancel out that sound. Hello, Troy Hagen. First, I don't know if I can hear it through my headphones. I can still hear it through my headphones. I'm super sensitive. I can barely hear it though through the headphones. I don't know. I'll wear these for a while. Um, so if I take the rook, and he can't take here because I'm taking here, right? So if I take on d7 and he goes queen takes d7. No, I still hear it through the headphones. Oh my God. I would need to be listening to music or something to really drown out that sound. I only hear it at night, I think. That's why I think they have a heater or like a CPAP machine. Let me try these other earbuds I've got. Maybe they'll cancel out the sound, but I don't think so. I've got this superhuman hearing. Okay, try these here. I don't even know how to put these in. These go down, right? I'm such a boomer. Okay, there. See if these help. Okay. But then I hear my voice too loud. Okay, but this one's tricky. This one's very, very, very tricky. Oh, if I move this bishop, like bishop, something like bishop c5 is interesting. Or wait, what about takes, and then I take on f8? Because then I have this discovery. Oh, double check. Wow, we're getting somewhere here. So rook d7, queen d7, rook f8, or queen takes f8, king f8, and then bishop c5 check. He has to move the king. And then it's mate. This is underrated. This is 1700. This is underrated. And then, yeah, it ends there. This is underrated for sure. Okay. It's not that hard, but it should be rated higher than 1700. Okay, it's just rook g4. Or should I take the rook first? If I take his rook first on e5, he has a check, of course, but I'm not too concerned about that. I just go king h2. And then I'm just up the exchange. I think that might be it, because if I go rook g4, I still hear it through the earbuds. But yeah, if I go rook g4, he has this check, and he has two rooks and a bishop, so he could just sacrifice his queen. And he has two rooks and a bishop. So yeah, I think we need to take this off and then rook g4. Okay, my screen is going bonkers there. So we have this check that picks up his rook, but he's going to queen. Oh, this doesn't even fit my ear, these stupid... Am I putting these in wrong? Okay. Yeah, so we have this check. He has to go king h7, and then I can give this other check, and I'm stopping his promotion. So I think bishop c2, and then I take his rook. Okay. black. So I can start with a check, and then if he goes to the E file, I can take, oh, I'm in check. So we have to deal with that first. So which rook? Interesting, because both rook captures look good. However, if I take with the E rook, his queen has nowhere to go. So I think it's rook E takes E7, because again, his queen is trapped. Yeah, so it's going to be this one. Actually, I totally missed this. I don't know how I missed that, but I did. So he actually had 2 squares to go. I don't know why I missed the whole 6th rank. Okay, but we have a check on C2. He has 1 square. And then I can pick up his rook. I don't know if that's going to be good enough, though. Oh, maybe these things go up. It seems to fit better when I put them up. Yeah, I can still hear the sound through these earbuds, so I wonder what the sound is. Okay, does anyone have any experience with those foam sound, that sound foam you put on the walls? Okay, let me look at this. I was thinking this. So this was my original plan, because he only has 1 square, right? This was my original plan. And then I was going to go rook e d7. And then take his rook here. But I am still scared of his queen. But that should be winning, right? Unless he can immediately fork these 2 pieces. But my king is too close. So I'm actually going to go for that. Because the alternative is giving a check on d7. But that's very short-lived. So yeah, I'm going to do this. Okay. We are white. And I don't know what to do. His queen might be trapped. Rook b1, he just takes a rook. So maybe rook b3 then. Yeah, his queen looks trapped. So the question now is if he has counterplay. And I don't think he does, from what I can see. There's knight c3. But knight c3, I have queen d3 at the minimum. So that should be good. I gotta start all over. Oh, it's so much more painful. It's so much more painful when the number is 39. How did I miss mate in 1? Or it's not mate in 1, but maybe mate in 2. That's not mate in 2 even. Mate in 3, yeah. Oh man, so why does this not work? Rook b3. Yeah, I saw. Oh, there's queen a2 for one thing. It's not even trapped. Surprisingly, bishop take. Okay, you know what? I didn't count that how much material we were down. We're down 3 minor pieces. So even if I win the queen, it's not much. Okay, that was bad. I'm gonna blame it on this mystery sound. It's like every 4 seconds I'm hearing like this like bing, bing, bing. It's like a water torture device in my soul, and it's so distracting. I think I only hear it at night, and I think it's next door. I think they have like a heater or something that like oscillates, and I hear it through the wall. It could be something outside. I used to think it was like the water going on the gutters, like dripping down. But I looked outside, and I don't think it was raining. So I don't know. But it's driving me insane. So I've got these earbuds in, which helps a tiny bit. It would help more if I put some sound in them. I just have them in unplugged, like, or not on. Um, I'm not sure if noise canceling headphones would help. Maybe if I put this on top of the earbuds. Let's see if I can still hear it. Yeah, I can. That's how sensitive to sound I am. So it's not even worth it if I can still hear it through them. Oh, the best way would be for me to put on music or get a like ambient noise machine. Yeah, I turned off my heater, so it's not that. I think it only started a few days ago. That's why I'm not acclimated to it. Okay. Anyways, let's start over here. Yeah, that was atrocious. I got to start all over again. I mean, it's a pain in the butt. I mean, oh my God. And then I'm still dealing with sound. Okay, I promise I won't mention the sound anymore. I know it's got to be excruciating to hear me whine about it. So this will be the last time I mention the sound. Okay. At least, yeah. Okay, we are black. Deflection. We take with the bishop. Mate. Fork. Better king. Drawing a blank. Oh, I have a check. Didn't even see that. Take and then fork. Two checks. Unless you turn the foam around. Yeah. Okay, so since you guys mentioned it, and I said I wasn't going to talk about it anymore, I still hear it, and it's seriously driving me insane. It will only help with acoustics in your room. That's what I heard. It'll stop like the echoing in your room, right? That's what I heard. But seriously, oh my God, it's driving me insane. It's like every 3 seconds. Like now it's like every 3 seconds, like boom, boom. I think it only happens at night. It's got to be next door. When I put my ear next to the wall, I hear it louder. So that's why I think it's coming from there. Okay. Okay, see, it's driving me crazy. I'm blaming that on the sound that time at least. Maybe not the first time. First time this time I blame it on the sound. I can't. It's driving me insane. I can't tell you how distracting. Well, I guess I can tell you how distracting that is. It could be from outside too. Okay, give me a second. I'm sorry. I'm going to explore the sound. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. It's so distracting. Can you guys hear it? Probably not. It's very faint. Whoa, wrong screen. Okay, I did some investigation. Yeah, I put my ear on the wall again. I'm pretty sure it's coming from the next door because it's I can hear it louder. So it's actually faster than every 4 seconds. It's almost every second or every 2 seconds, and I think it almost might be a clock, which I could understand because in my other, like I've got two wall clocks in my living room, and they're kind of noisy, right? And so I think it might be a wall clock. And I don't hear it every second because maybe the gears don't make the sound every second. But I think 90% chance it's coming from there on the other side. And so I just put on my fan. You can kind of see it on webcam here a little bit. And it's kind of weird to put it on in the winter, but let's see if I think that's drowning out the sound as white noise. And also, how annoying is that on stream? I'm sure you can hear it on stream. Is that annoying? Because I'm not noticing the sound anymore. Maybe it's just so quiet in my place. Maybe it's just so quiet. I need a little bit of ambient noise. Yeah, honestly, I'm not hearing it so far. That's kind of drowning out the noise for me. Although I'm getting cold now. But yeah, maybe I need to buy like a white noise machine. Hopefully I don't get DMCA'd on it. Uh, yeah, maybe a white noise machine. But yeah, so the foam pads won't help, hey? Even if it won't it help though for like a very 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 faint noise. Yeah, no, it drives me crazy. It's like the water torture device. I'm telling you. Okay. Anyways, the fan is working for now. I'm sure I'll complain anyways, but okay. What's it like watching someone go mad on stream? Okay, what I think I can take and push, but yeah, I am feeling cold now. So because it's winter in Canada, and I've got the fan going. I'd rather be cold than hear that sound out of the box here. Yeah, I'm getting colder by the second. Complaints and excuses. That's my bread and butter. I can give a check, but what's the point? Oh, I have the check right here. Come on, man. Get with it. Can't blame the sound on that. I have a check here. If he goes rook d7, I don't have anything. I'm not noticing the sound though. I'm freezing my ass off, but I'm not noticing the sound. So his queen looks like it's almost trapped, but I don't seem to be able to get after his king. Oh, first of all, if he goes to king g8, I can take the knight, and then I think I'm safe enough there. He has this deflection. Which is a little worrying, but after takes, he has no more checks. So I think that's dealt with. Then the other question is if rook d7. Yeah, but rook d7. Seems this is number 7 now. How come I can't do puzzles anymore? Is my madness irreversible? Maybe rook d1. Okay, we're going for it. Yeah, he goes this way. Okay, that ended too soon because that's trickier than it looked. I have rook d1 with the pin for the win. And we're just going for that. His king is in the middle of the board for some reason. I have g4. Yeah, g4 looks to be mate. And we have rook f4 that wins a queen. That should be enough. And here we have queen g5. But he can block it, so why not take the knight first? We also have a check. Actually, it's the check. And we have a fork. Is the fork good enough? We'll be up a rook. He can go here, but we're taking with check. Assuming he takes. We're taking with check, and then we can deal with this. Their pawn. Should be able to. And if he doesn't take it, he's getting mated. So, yeah. His queen looks trapped. So, knight f4 looks like it wins his queen. Doing a quick verification. He can take... He can take here. But then I have a mate threat. Okay. So we have a check. Yeah, so I think just check and then take on d3. And we have, we win the queen. No, not quite. So we give a check first. Okay, I'm very cold. I am very cold. But I'm not noticing the sound, and that's the important part, okay? That's the important thing. Okay, so we have a discovered check. He has to move the king, and that just doesn't look good. I don't think we have to calculate that. I should never say that. That's the worst thing to say. But so we have this check. If he takes, how is he stopping me? He's not. That pawn is queening. And if he doesn't, well, yeah, so there you go. So we have a check on e1. He has to move the king, and I'm just taking, and he wins my bishop at the end of that. But then I can give him a check here. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, fortunately I can stop his mate, I think. Yeah. Okay. So I can just take the rook. What's the dealio? What's that? I'll be up a rook and a bishop. No, I'll be up a rook. Okay, so after that, he does have this check, but I can close the gate. I can close the gate, and that should be good. That should be good. Oh, he's on my rook too, though. So this is oh, but I take with check, so that's taken care of. And okay, 10 viewers now. Hello, viewers. You're watching me in the throes of madness here, because there's a ticking sound driving me batshit insane. I have my fan going on now, which seems to have drowned it out, but now I'm freezing my ass off. And that's where we are. Okay, so we have a check. If he blocks Mr. Rook, I'm taking his queen. So therefore, he has to go king g2, and then I simply just take the rook. And the green grass grows all around and around. Okay, and then that should be good. We'll be up a piece. Yeah. I'm going to get hypothermia here. Okay, so here we have a check. if he blocks with the knight, then maybe... Hang on a second. Let me just assess things here. We are down 2 minor pieces. So why not start with this? That makes a lot more sense. So we take here, and then so we can give another check. Then we'll be up the exchange, and hopefully we can avoid perpets. This is kind of dangerous too, but yeah, check. I don't know. He might block with a knight, but in any case, like check. And yeah, we can give another check if we want. He does a little dance. Probably not there because it's mate, so he goes up. Then I cast. Oh, casting is scary, so I might have to go rook f1. And honestly, that is very, very scary, but I think we're surviving there. And I don't see how anything else would be better. So we're going to go for that. Yeah, I don't like that puzzle. That's not a good one. Okay, so here we're down a pawn. Black has an advanced pawn. I can take the rook, and then I'll be up the exchange. Probably that is needed. I have a hard time believing any other first move would be good here. He's got this check, but I can just block. He does have a deflection, but I can take with the rook. And so that seems fine. Yeah, we just go here and then knight g1, rook g1. I mean, there's no other... I don't see how this would be good with just getting mated, so... Okay, we are black. Well, we're going to be faster, so we just grab that square. His king looks precariously placed. Yeah, so I'm thinking h4. He has to take... Knight takes h4. Is it? That's not true. That's not true. He could go king f4. So let's look at that first. So the king runs to f4, but then queen f5. He has to go to g3, so king g3. Then I could take the queen, king takes, and then take here, and then still not sure about that because he can move the bishop. So, but that's got to be the first move. So h4, king f4. It's got to be queen f4, king g3. I still think it's taking there. So takes. I have more pawns than him. I have more pawns than him there. Okay, so now I have to look at alternative lines. So h4. If knight, well, let's follow this one first still, because no, that's all forced. So the only other line to look at is knight takes h4. But then I have bishop check, and that should be good enough. Yeah. Okay, so it ends here. Lame. The other line was a more important line to look at. Okay, really cold. The good news is I can drown it out. So if I have to, maybe I get a white noise machine or something. Yeah. Because the fan, or I could point the fan in a different direction. It is actually already pointed in a different direction, but okay. Anyways. At least I have some of my sanity back because the noise is somewhat dealt with. Okay, so what's going on here? We're up a pawn, but we want more than that because we're greedy. I can take his knight, and so what's the problem? Sorry, we're down a rook. We're down a rook, so that's not cool. I could take a rook. In which case I would be up 2 pawns, so that would be good. And then if he recaptures with the queen, his knight is getting taken. If he counter attacks, First of all, I'm not sure how he could counterattack my queen. I just don't see that happening. So I think it's just knight f7. I'm going to play it. I'll cry if it's wrong. Okay. So we're under check. In a bullet game, I'm probably playing here. Although I'm not sure after knight h, that might be mate. Are we getting mated there? King f7, knight h8. That looks like a very strange mate. Wow, that's mate. That's unbelievable. So therefore, we have, well, we actually have a lot of options here. Might as well look at taking. I guess we could take and then we can do a king fork. Oh, no, we can't. It's not a fork because this is protected. Okay, so takes. I don't like saying that word because it makes me sound like Hikaru, and who wants to sound like him? I do get a tempo though. So do we have anything else going for us here? Yeah, because it's equal material to start with. And I just don't want to. I don't want to go here. Here we're getting mated. I could block with the bishop or the rook, but why? What's the point of that? I guess we do have a threat. So, okay, so maybe we can do that. Rook takes e1, rook takes e1, king f7. His rook has to move. And then we've got f2. So I'm going to take. Okay. And I can take and then I have a fork. Or I could just take his bishop. That might be simpler. And we're up a piece there. To me, that's pretty damn simple. So let's just verify. I mean, I don't see what what's he going to do? We're just up a piece. So don't have to labor over that too much. Okay, so why can't we take his rook? He only has one scary move, and that is this check. But we should be able to survive that, right? Just king f3. So king f3, he can give this check again, and then I go king f2, rook h2, king e1. And I do think we're surviving that, but it is scary at the same time. But if we don't take the rook, what do we have going on? Nothing. Right? I mean, we have to take the rook. What other hope would there ever be? There'd be no hope. So we just need to recognize that we can survive. So queen e3, queen h3. Actually, I said king here, but maybe I go king f2. That might be simpler. Both moves might be fine. But I'm taking that. Yeah, okay, so now I have to think again, unfortunately. So only one can be correct. There can only be one. So maybe king f3 doesn't work. For some reason. Check. I was going to go here. And then rook h2, king e1. We can almost go king g1 there. They both seem to work. Maybe king f2 doesn't work. This is annoying. They both seem to work. And so the fan isn't bothering you guys, right? It's not, because I don't want terrible audio, because it's pretty loud here. I'm surprised you guys can't hear it. You guys have to be able to hear it. Okay, so King F2. You know, another thing I do, I could move this whole setup. I can put it in a different room. Although that would be a pain in the ass. Actually, no, I can't even do that. This desk had to be rebuilt to fit in this little room. And there's too much of a pain to move somewhere else. But that sound is just... I don't know how I'm going to deal with that in future streams. Okay, sorry, back to focusing here. King F2. So Queen H2, what's wrong with just like Queen E1? Whoops, didn't mean to click that. Maybe I don't want him going Queen takes B2, but I'm threatening mate there. So I don't see what's so wrong with this. I really don't. What's the big deal? Seems fine to me. So King F3 has to be wrong somehow. And again, the only thing that makes sense is Queen G4. I mean, it's the only move that should be able to bother me. But then I just go King F2. So King F2. And then Rook H2. And there, I thought I could go either square, if like King G1. You know, I really don't understand that. They both seem fine. Nobody tell me the answer, but has anybody figured this one out yet? Check King F2. And I mean, I don't see what I'm missing. I just go King G1. Actually, if I go King G1, he might have Queen H3. He might have Queen H3 there. That could be the problem. So if I go here and then come back, Rook H2 and King G1, he might have Queen H3. No, Queen H3, I'm mating him. So they both seem to work. What, the arrows are missing? No, you should be able to see the arrows. Yeah, so they both seem to work. They both seem to work. I do the arrows for you guys. Don't pretend I'm doing it for me. Yeah, I've looked at both. So King F3, Queen G4. Oh, careful, Diego. Yeah, so try not to say any actual moves. Otherwise, I have to minimize chat. Welcome to the stream, by the way. But yeah, so Queen F3, there's Queen G4. And then I was going to go King F2 and Rook H2. And then I thought I could go to either G1 or to E1. Oh, but my rook will be hanging. I don't know why I didn't see that. We're going to pretend none of this happened. Okay. I need that Men in Black thing. Okay, none of that happened. That was all a dream. Okay, King F2. Okay. So Rook takes C3 is the first thing that comes to mind. Although I guess he could just take my queen. And So do I just go queen takes C3 then? This is a weird puzzle. I guess I'm just going queen takes c3. What's the point of this? Okay, I don't know, but I missed the. Okay, what the hell was that? I don't know what the hell that was. Okay, I have a fork here. So how can I make that work? Because I have a fork on e6. Oh, so maybe rook f7, that will attract the knight, or I guess it's actually a deflection. So rook f7, knight f7, then we have this fork. If he doesn't go knight takes f7, then... Okay, so if rook f7, let's say king h6... Well, king h6 have queen h3. There's bishop h4, but have g3. I mean, that should just be good. And if he goes king g7, we have discoveries. That just has to be good. So, and we have a check. We have two checks. I like this one. I like the one on e3. And that looks to be mate, almost. Okay, so queen e3. So queen e3, king d1, rook b1. Yeah, that should be mate there. Yeah. Okay. And we are white. So we just take one of the key squares and we're fine. And then this rolls up. So king b7. And roll this guy up. Okay, we are black. I want to get the rook to b1. So I could maybe play rook b8, or I could go this way. No, I guess that doesn't make sense. So I think just rook b8. If he plays d6, I give a check. If he creates luft, I give a check. And I should be able to stop that. That's got to be. I mean, what the hell else would it be, right? Yeah, so we just go here. Neck is sore. Yeah, we take that rook. We are white. We can just take the knight. And looks good to me. Except we're getting mated. So let's not get mated. So, almost fell for it. This is kind of an annoying one because there's a lot of decent moves here, but we have to worry about queen c1. Oh, it's check though. It's check. It's check, boys and girls. Okay. We are black. Wow, this is kind of a cool one. I like endgames. Like simplified endgames. Like with few pieces on the board. Especially like pawn endgames I like. Yeah, pawn endgames are cool. So... can't I just attack this pawn? Can't I just go king d6 here? He has to push the c pawn, otherwise I'm taking it. Right? So yeah, so he plays c7. But I just take it. What's the big problem? Okay, I mean, this is a weird one. This is rated 1942. Oh, I see. So we're supposed to be scared of that. So the key is we don't take the pawn because it's not a threat. So yeah, so we push our pawn, and we're gonna queen 1 or 2 moves sooner. I think that's the key. Now if he chases it, I just grab. That's when I grab the pawn. Yeah, and we push it. Okay. So I could threaten a fork, and there's nothing he can do about it. He's either getting mated or I'm winning the rook. So I think it's just knight b5. I think it's just knight b5. Let's have some faith in ourselves. Okay. I'm really getting cold from the fan. It's been on for like half an hour now. There's knight d7, but he just moves the queen back, I think. I'm getting tired of these puzzles. So I can't wait for this to be over. Okay, well, let's look at taking the rook then. Rook takes d4. If queen takes d4, I take his knight. So therefore, I think rook takes d4, rook takes d4 is forced. But let's just verify that. But it should be. Yeah, so rook takes d4, rook takes d4 is forced. And then what? So basically, these 2 rooks are off the board visually. Then maybe rook e8. Yeah, so it might be rook takes d4, rook takes d4, rook e8. And I don't see how he defends that knight. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Oh, I'm starting to get an earache here. Probably from my own whining. There is rook d8 a thing? No, I can just take it. Yeah, so I just take the knight. Okay. Nearing the end. There's a potential fork here, so I wonder if I could take here and then knight e6. So if rook f7, king g8. Actually, hang on. I also have queen c3. Okay, what if I start with queen c3 and then say king h6? No, say f6. No, f6 I have the fork. So queen c3, king h6. Wait, there's knight f6 too. So queen c3, knight f6. Actually, I've got g4 here too. I've got a lot of moves. No, g4's got queen g4. Okay, yeah, so queen c3, knight f6. Not seeing a great response for that. Maybe knight e4. Wow, there might be knight e4 there. Queen c3, knight f6, knight e4. That does look good. g4, rook takes, and then he's got d5, but I have discoveries. So I think if queen c3, knight f6, I think I have knight e4. Okay, so therefore, after queen c3, let's look at king h6. I don't like that, though. That seemed like a dead end. So maybe I can change the move order around. So again, rook f7. So rook f7, and then if king h6... Oh, I don't know. It's murky. This is hard. Okay, so rook f7, king h6, rook h7, king g5. Oh, man. I just want to be over. I want this to be over with. But he seems okay there. This h6 square is always a problem. Like there might be knight e6 after that, but that's kind of complicated. Like rook f7, king h6, knight e6, hitting his queen, and it's setting up. That's like a Anastasia's mate similar setup. So rook f7, king h7, knight e6, or yeah, knight e6, like queen c8. Queen c8. I have queen c3 check, which would lead to a mate, I think. But that's so complicated. So I'm looking at this: rook f7, king h6, knight e6, hitting his queen, right? And then if this, then we have this check, which I think is mate. It goes here and it's mate. But that's really complicated. I really don't want to start over. I'm so close to the end. I really want to play a game. I suspect this is not the right way forward, though. Something... seems off. But I am on his queen, you know? But maybe he has just something like queen f6 there. No, wait, my rook is there. Yeah, so rook f7, king h6, knight. Yeah, knight e6. Yeah, so he's got to move the queen somewhere. He moves it somewhere. I don't know where. He moves it somewhere, and then I go queen d6. Oh, wait. So if he puts it here, I don't have queen d3, I mean. Yeah, so if I go rook f7, king h6 is what I'm trying to say. And then knight e6. No, but my knight's covering it. Yeah, so knight e6, queen e8. I think queen d3 might work. Okay, so maybe that works, but that's so obscure. Now, if he goes to the 8th rank, well, first of all, he can't really go here. I'm just taking all of his pawns. So if he goes to g8, whoops. If he goes to g8, then maybe I still just that's a good question. I would have rook g7. He can't take with the knight because it's mate, and he can't take with the king because I win the exchange. I win the queen again. So if rook g8, I got rook g7. And then his only move is rook h8 here. So rook h8, then I'm winning all his pawns. I'm going to go with this line, but honestly, I'm not super sure about it because of this king h6 line. And because the continuation is really strange. That king h6, knight e6, he moves the queen somewhere, and then I'm going to go queen d3. I'm going to go with that. Hopefully it's right. And then it ends here, which is stupid because this is obviously the easiest line. So that's annoying. I'm going to look at this with the engine because that was the easy line. I wanted to see the king h6 line. And I guess it doesn't show this line because every move is winning. I was going to go here, which is winning, and then queen d3 or queen e3. So I was right about this. But there's an even better move, which is here, but I thought this would be a problem, but we still do this. Yeah, this is crazy though. I'm a little surprised that white can still win here. You'd think black would have enough resources here. But it's king's in the middle. Okay, so yeah, I don't like this puzzle though because I don't know. I don't like this. I did figure it out, but yeah, I was going to go knight e6. F4 is good here too. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on that. I'll give it a thumbs up, but kind of neutral on it. And then we're in 38 now. Getting hot. I see a lot of message retracteds. I'm not looking at the chat constantly here. Okay, fan is still on, so I'm very cold still. We are black. Equal material. We might be down a pawn. Yeah, we're down a pawn, but we have an advanced pawn here. We can attack the defending rook. That seems the most natural. Are there any immediate threats from white here? There's a check, but I think I can just take on h4. It is actually no. Then we're getting mated, and we don't want to get mated. Okay, but let's look at this. So bishop e2, g4. I can't take on h4 because I'm getting mated. So I can take with the pawn, and then I'm okay, I think, because if he recaptures, I can take with the bishop, and so that seems good. I don't think there's going to be anything else to this. So we need to promote that pawn, and we're not going to do it with anything other than the bishop, other than potentially this way. But it's kind of the same. It's the same thing. I mean, he can't take because of the discovery, but it's kind of the same thing. Why go here when I can go here, right? So, in fact, this is just slower. He might even be able to just bring in the king. So I don't know. I don't know if he can. Maybe not. But why go the scenic route when I can just go directly? So I'm going to go here. Yeah, and then we take with the bishop. So just going to verify for a second, but it seems good. Yeah. And this one I'm going to look with the engine too, because I'm just curious to look at this other line. Yeah, so this does lead to mate, right? Because this will lead to mate too. Yeah, so it just didn't make sense to go the scenic route. Okay, so I'm at 39. I think I hit the quota. Do I end here or do I do 39 and go to the next one? I think I end here. This counts as 39, right? Is that how it goes? Does anyone remember? Let me count these little things. So how many are these? I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that's 38 and 39. Yeah, so that counts as 39, right? So I hit the quota. I'm going to get one wrong on purpose now. If it'll let me, if I refresh here. Okay. And then that should count. It does. Okay, that's the first 39 in the bag. Took me an hour and 15 minutes because I screwed up a few times because I was going insane by that noise. Now I can play a game. So let me just get set up for that. Just gonna load this up into CPT. This is a game I played earlier today. I just want to look at the opening for a second here. Oh yeah, this weird thing. The Troy Hagen, do I think doing a bunch of puzzles before playing helps your thinking process? No. I just do it to get my calculation practice in, you know. I just do it to force myself to, yeah, to get the calculation practice in and to build up the pattern recognition a little bit. Okay, going to switch scenes here. Wrong one. Okay, here we go. So I was really kind of thinking about playing in this tournament that's in a couple weeks from now. It's well, you could say 18 rounds, but it's a 9-round tournament, and then they also have a side blitz tournament in addition to the classical portion, which is another 9 rounds. I was really thinking about doing it, but it's just too expensive, and so I'm going to skip it this year, and then I'll play in a tournament maybe in April. Okay, so what is this G3? Is this like the Zagreb? This might be the Zagreb. I do forget. I do proclaim. So I'm thinking E4, and then if knight F5, maybe I can take and play D5, but I'm not so certain because he can kind of support D5 versus bishop if he plays knight F5. Okay, so I'm wondering if I can play D5 here. D5 ED. Knight take, no. What am I talking about? Yeah, let's stop screwing around and play bishop E7. If knight takes, yeah, I'll recapture. And then, well, but then I can't play. No, maybe I should play bishop E6 first, because if I play bishop E7, knight D5, this seems kind of scary to take on E4, but maybe I can do it. Okay, so maybe, yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go bishop E7 and then bishop E6 to stop shenanigans on D5. But maybe he can still play it, but we're going to castle now, get it normal setup. And so I could take, or I could play knight bd7. I don't really mind him taking this bishop because it's not really a great bishop. If I take with the knight, his bishop gets really strong. But then I get bishop f5 in. Also, this bishop gets a little bit bad the more I trade. Or maybe not bad. It doesn't really change. So taking is reasonable. I'm kind of wasting time here. I'm gonna play knight, yeah, knight bd7 because then I can play b5 and then knight b6. So I'm thinking b5 here. Is knight a5 a problem? I think I have rook c8. I think I'm okay there. So knight a5, rook c8. Actually, never mind. Knight a5, I take the knight. Okay, so he's putting all this pressure on me. Any time I can take and then play bishop f5. Oh, now he does have knight a5. So, don't love the way I played this. I might have to take that knight. Okay, maybe it's time now. Okay, so knight a5. Oh, what am I doing? I'm so stupid. Oh, he doesn't play it. He should have played knight a5. Okay, I'm lucky. So I can play bishop g6. He can still no, you can't play that anymore yet. That's gone. So I have nothing here. I have to play f5. So we're gonna put that back, and then I got to play f5. I got nothing else going on. I never should have allowed knight a5. Never should have allowed that. And so here he goes. So I have f5, or I could take. Taking seems miserable. So does f5. I don't like how I played this. I am freezing. Who puts a fan on in the winter? Yeah, I played this so poorly, honestly. I have nothing going on. So he might even be able to take with the pawn. That's how bad my position is. So if he takes, he might take with the rook. If he takes with the bishop, I'm thinking I go knight e5. Try to get to this square. Although, why not just play knight b6? Because of this. Yeah, right. The only other move is f5, but I'm not sure about that. So I'm going to take. If he takes as a pawn, well, good for him. Good for him, because I don't have a plan for it. Maybe I can put the bishop on f6. Oh, God. He comes in here now. Oh, terrible. I really played this about as bad as humanly possible. Yeah. Yeah, so if he goes gf, I might go bishop f6. No, there's still f5 then. I might have to go f5. Maybe bishop f5, but then he just hits me here. So gf f5, knight d4, and just try to live through that annoyance. It's absolutely miserable. This pawn gets weak though, because eventually I'm going to play bishop f7 to attack this, and then this gets weak. I don't know if that's my best way forward. Getting hungry. Okay, he takes what's there. Okay, so yeah, he can still get in here, but yeah, I'm thinking here now. Maybe he takes, which is annoying. I do have a little tempo move, but it doesn't do much. Yeah, okay, let's put that knight in there. Okay, so he does. Oh fuck, yeah. Okay, well he can have the exchange. He can have it. So I could either take here, or I could do it this way. I actually don't mind giving him the exchange here, because I really don't mind it. That's what I tell myself anyways. I also have a discovery. Now he can double up, and then the discovery is null and void. See, that would just put me in a worse... No, would it put me in a worse position? Yes, it would. That just put me in a worse position. So I think I need to start with this check. But that still puts me in a terrible position. Because he's either trading. I don't want to trade queens. Yeah, this is nice, but it's just a trick. No. I can save everything. Okay, we're doing that. No, wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, because here... Yeah, no, yeah, I can save everything. Okay. So, rook d1, I've got queen b6. So he does this. Whoops, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that. That this is hanging. So that looks to be it. I'll resign. Okay, well, that didn't go well. Could go straight to the engine on that one. Just got clobbered. Nothing more about it than that. Yeah, I just had a bad position, and I allowed 95. I never should have allowed 95. Wow, my opponent didn't think at all. He thought for one move. Every other move was like 2 seconds. He thought for a minute and a half on one move. Every other move was instant. So actually, I was always better. Ooh, what did I miss here? I'm winning here? Oh, I guess this is winning, and then I take... Because that's mate? Or I'm going to win the exchange? Oh, I totally misread that. He can't take with the knight, and then... yeah, I totally misread this. Okay, that was premature, I guess. But that being said, I don't like that I allowed knight a5. And so where did I go wrong here? So I guess here taking on d5 right away is best. Oh, no. I guess this allows a4 for one thing. Yeah, so white's a little bit better there. But I thought here that white had knight a5. Yeah, which is the best move for him. So he should have played that. And that would have been very annoying to play around. But so that's why I shouldn't have taken here. It was premature. I had to stop knight a5 first. Or so I should maybe take it this way. No, wait, how does that help? Because it's my move now. And then I can play a5, stopping that. Knight g4 is apparently a move as well. I don't know why. Okay, this is a little weird though. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, tricky. But I resigned too early there. That was poor calculation. Just totally misread the position. Okay, playing Vital Sky, who joined a month ago. I'm going to, kind of want to abort. It's a brand new account, but too late now. I made my move. Have the Roy Lopez. Hopefully I play better than whatever that last game was. We got a Berlin on board. And are we going to see the end game? I haven't seen the end game in a while. It looks like we are. And yeah, we're going to see it. We're going to see it. H3. I like H3. So my stats against the Berlin endgame is actually pretty good. Of course, when I say that, I'm going to lose now. So you can go either rook d1 or knight c3. Here, because this is a little, I think, unusual. I wonder if I can go g4 right away. Not sure about knight h6. I'm not sure what I think about that. If he comes here now, he's kind of without. He's running out of room here. But then there's this h5, so I'm not sure if g4 right away. G4, knight e7. I'm not sure what I think about that. Knight c3, h5. Actually, I've got I've got this. I've got knight g5. So I could go maybe g4 and then knight g5, king e8. And then maybe rook d1. He's got rook d8 there. He's okay. It's a little awkward for him, though. Yeah, or maybe I could just go rook d1. I mean, he is pinned. Let's try that. Let's go there first. G4 might have been okay. But it's nice to develop. So if king e7, okay, he hides there. That makes sense. So again, knight g5 is, I don't know if he wants to, that doesn't make sense for him to do that. So this is looking kind of good, right? Because I'm hitting f7. He can go here, but it feels like he's tripping over his pieces. Okay, I'm going to play it. I mean, it seems like we should be able to. So bishop e8, yeah, bishop e8. And then, well, I can go knight c3. Could I go e6? Doesn't look like it. I think we need some pieces out. So I either want knight c3 or g4. G4, knight could go anywhere, but let's say it goes to e7. Yeah, no need for g4 yet. Let's just develop knight c3, h6. I don't know. Okay, probably just go to. Well, I actually want to go here because I'd like to maybe get these pawns rolling. So I think I'm going to go to knight e4. It takes a square away from this other knight, though. Okay, yeah, let's get that in, because this is the configuration I want, and I want the king on g2. Okay. So, yeah, I might go knight g4 here. If knight h4, I guess that's annoying. There is a little maneuver I remember, though, of bishop f4, and you put it here. But he does have this check. If I go g4, he's got this checking square. It's actually a fork. So g4 is very annoying. So maybe I start with bishop f4, and then I can go g4, and then if knight h4, that doesn't work. Okay, that's annoying. This is, yeah, normally you can do this, but some way I moved the knights didn't allow me to do that. Yeah, this configuration. That knight's a pain in the butt. Okay, I know that b3 can be an idea, but I don't know if it is. I could offer a trade here. Yeah, this knight is dominated for the moment. Yeah, so maybe I pop it in here. This is probably the wrong idea. I don't think I've seen this before, but I'm trying to deal with this knight because I want g4 in, and this knight is just causing me a headache. Yeah, so I'm gonna offer this little trade. Okay. I might go all the way back to D1. Otherwise, he's getting his bishop developed. Oh, but that's so awkward. Every square is awkward for me. Okay, we're going to go back to D1. He might go bishop F3, because why wouldn't you? Or bishop C6, I mean. And then probably put it on C3. This is actually nice too, though. But then I'm blocking my G-pawn again. Okay, we'll put it here. Then maybe I can go F4, G4. I didn't play a great game, though. I can force a trade. No, I can't. Bishops don't move like that, you son of a... Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking F4 and then bishop E3. Hopefully I'm not getting just undermined up the wazoo. Could maybe start with G4 first. No, I think I want to go F4. Okay, F4. Now he's going to trade. Maybe I should... No, I should have went here. Why didn't I do that? I needed to connect my rooks. Okay, so now bishop E3. Get him connected. So the further we go to an endgame, the better it is for me because of the crippled majority for black. That's the whole point of this. So I think I might have knight D5. Oh, no. Let's go. Oh, he's got that. Okay, we can do this. So he might go H4, but then I can go here. Yeah. And then I don't know where I'm going after. But maybe I can push that. I don't know if that's the best. I'm going to play it, though. So bishop cuts off his rooks. And then I might go F5. Very dangerous move. I go maybe C4? Or double up here? Yeah, we can double up. Time to double up. Could this rook cause me harm? I don't think so. So double up and then just try to trade, because again, the more trades, the better for him. He does bring that in. Not sure what his intentions are, so I'll ignore it. I don't know. What was this about? I don't get it. Okay. Okay, let's just stop that for now. I don't know where I'm going with this knight. We're here. Like, what's the long-term plan for that? Oh, he just wanted to stop at 5. I see. Okay. So he's playing pretty well. Vital Sky. Well, oh, yeah, the 1 month old account. Of course. Of course. But this knight needs to move, I think. He wants G5, so let's get off of that. I don't really want this check, though, so let's go here. And then maybe we've got bishop F2, but he can trade and then take here. So yeah, he's going to win. This guy's going to win. He's too fast and his account is too new. I just can't beat new accounts. So takes. Okay, well, I got to try it. I'm running out of time. At least my rooks get active. And if he takes on F4, maybe I can go to D7. Or I guess I could maybe take on C5. Doesn't do it. Okay. We plop back here. And then G4, knight G4, maybe. Maybe F5. This bishop of his is so strong. Okay, we'll go here. I only have 2 minutes now. have no time. I don't know what to do. This whole rook move was very strange from him. Oh. I see. This is starting to look pretty bad. Maybe I can put the knight here. But there goes my pawn structure. Okay, I didn't want to do this, but I'm running out of time. So where can my knight improve itself? So he just puts a bishop back, and then what am I doing? I have no plan. I have no moves. I have no moves here. Playing some weird stuff. Rook g8 is going to be strong, maybe. Okay. This getting very complicated here, and I got no time. Oh, I got to stop playing these new accounts, honestly. But Lichess doesn't let me. What is going on? A minute 25. Just drop the rook. So what about this? Okay. Gonna go here. I was scared of discoveries, so I'm going to give him a pawn to trade, to simplify. Might as well pre-move. Okay. 57 seconds. Just bring that back. I'm going to flag. Sack the exchange. Yeah. So he defends. Oh, tricky guy. Can I take here? No. Okay, so we'll go for that. We can take the A pawn. 42 seconds. I'm definitely flagging. Or worse, he might just beat me on the board. He might just beat me. Maybe I should have taken. Yeah, but 100% I'm flagging here. This might be enough for him. Maybe not. Pretty close though. These pawns, because you take. You could sack on e1 maybe, and then play b3. Oh, I had this check, but no. I want to split those pawns up. And maybe just go here. He just pushes it. What am I doing? I'm panicking, but I have the right to panic. I got 33 seconds. How do I get rid of these pawns? How do I get rid of the pawns here? I should be pushing my G pawns and H pawns. I think I can liquidate here. Can I actually go here? Oh, does that work? Uh-oh. No, I don't think I'm stopping that. I better take it while I can. No, it can't pre-move here. He can take here. Is draw. Take on G4 is a draw. He can still no, now he can't do it. He had a draw there. He's trying to flag me though. I can still flag. I might have to take that bishop and go for the draw. I can't do this in 6 seconds. Yeah. So, new account from this guy, which is lame. Yeah, so his knight on F5. So I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about a lot of things. But his knight on F5 was a real pain. Maybe I really should have just played G4. But I didn't like his knight coming here. I don't know how big of a concern that is, but how did that come to be? Yeah, you know what? I never should have played knight G5 without a better purpose, because the knight is important to stop his knight from going to H4. Because then we can play G4. I think that might be the lesson learned here. Because this is a problem. Yeah. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. But it's always lame playing against a new account. Now, I'm curious at the end, what was the quickest way to win? I only had 6 seconds. Yeah, I'm not doing it. It's going to be too slow. It's a mate in 13 if you play perfectly. But I wouldn't have done it in time. So looking at it from the beginning. I just think I shouldn't have played knight G5. Yeah, it's not optimal. It's not. So yeah, rook d1 is main line, and then it is suggesting g4. And I thought about it, but then I just didn't. And then knight g5. Okay, it makes sense though. Yeah. And then oh yeah, this makes more sense. And then if h5, I can just go king g2. I think it wants king f2. Why? What's the difference? What's the difference here? F5. What's the difference? This is now stronger for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is here. Maybe the G file gets opened up or something. Yeah, it's a really, really tiny difference. But the main thing I learned here is you got to be careful when the knight is still on F5 about moving the knight on F3, because then you can't really play G4. So this was all more or less okay. And then he blundered here, just blundered the piece. But I was so low on the clock, I wasn't able to convert in time. I kind of got sloppy here. But what can I say? I'm slow. Yeah, and I didn't want to liquidate, but I was low on the clock. I had 13 seconds, so. Yeah, and this is a draw now. But I had 10 seconds, and this was easier to play. Yeah, and here he should have just taken on G4, simplest. Okay, so I needed to play a little bit quicker there, and I shouldn't have moved my knight from F3, because then I had issues. Okay, playing a established account, thank God, and didn't mean to highlight that. So we have the modern variation of the Scandinavian. People haven't been playing the Scandinavian too often against me lately. Now, here, I think I've made this mistake many times. I think c4 might be a mistake because of knight b4. There is queen a4 though. I don't know if this is a line where this is a problem. But I think it is a problem because queen a3, he can move the other knight here, and then if d5, he can just take. So I think we don't want c4. Yeah, I forget. I'm kind of might be wasting time here. So I think I'm just gonna. I forget if it's bishop d3. I don't think it's bishop d3 though. Could be a3. I'm gonna go bishop d3. I don't know. I can't remember if c4 is right, but I don't want to take the risk. So we'll trade this off. Really starting to get cold here. I might have to turn off the fan soon. Chat had been dead for a while. Probably got tired of my complaining. I wouldn't blame you guys. If you didn't get tired of my complaining, there's something wrong with you. Okay, well that's the strange move. I can take the bishop. He's got the crippled. I mean, I think I'm just going to take it. I'll just take it, and then I'll castle. Right? I could castle queenside. There'd be a lot to say for that, but let's just. I'm just going to castle here, kingside. So bishop e7. And he's okay. This isn't really that weakening. It's kind of like a Carol Khan Tartakower variation. So I could go rook e1. Let's just try that. Rook e1. Let him castle. And then now maybe c4. I don't know how much I want to be pushing that though, because this is already a bit of a nice position. Yeah, this is like a Tartakower. It's very similar. Knight c3 is intriguing, but I don't think I want to do that. Okay, I'll play c4, but I'm a bit skeptical that he's just going to poke weaknesses into it, because this becomes a little bit laborious to defend. So I might just, maybe I'll just play like a coward, and I'm just going to reroute my knights over to the king side. I'm very scared of overextending pawns. Yeah, I was going to play c3, but maybe I just continue on my journey here. Continue on the journey home to the king side. 10 viewers, hello. Now, if I do play c3 eventually, like now, my bishop really starts to feel pain. Right now, I don't have to do anything because, well, this is defended and he has no good discoveries. So I could play knight e3, which is pretty interesting. But I think I just want to play knight g3. Knight g3, g6, and then my knight is pathetic and he's laughing. Yeah, so knight e3. I mean, he's going to be laughing there too. He also, and then if I go c3, he might go f4. And he laughs there. He's going to laugh everywhere. I could play c5, d5, but again, I just feel like I'm overextending. Okay, so knight e3, he either has to defend, I think, or else... No, he's got a lot of options. Okay, let's go c3, because if I go knight e3, I would have to recapture with the bishop, which it actually would have been okay. So maybe I could have considered it, but my time is ticking. I had to make a move. Yeah, Alessandro, unfortunately, he tied for second. He got 5.5 out of 7. He lost a game to like a 2150, I think. So overall, he lost like 2 FIDE points. Well, he drew his friend too, so that might have... I don't know if they really played a game or not. Okay. So again, I could play knight e3. And he might do nothing. And then I don't know what I'm doing with the knight there. Maybe I could reboot it here. Maybe that's an idea. I think I should... Yeah, let's play that. And I'm getting a bit low on the clock, so let's just make a move. I did have bishop h6 there, which I should have considered. Yeah, you know what? I definitely should have played that because... Well, but then there's there would have been g5, you know, potential issues like rook e8, trade, and g5. I guess he couldn't do it yet, but it's so dangerous. Yeah, so I want to take with the bishop here. And what will he do? king g7 is actually not bad at all. So king g7, my bishop is terrible. Okay, so again, I have this opportunity to get my bishop trapped. I'm going to take that risk. It's a very risky endeavor, but my bishop is so bad. I don't think I can. Oh wow, what's he? He's so friendly. So friendly, letting me trade off my bad bishop for his great bishop. What a nice guy. Really nice guy there. And okay, get the queen on the dark squares. We can go knight g5, queen g5. Maybe not. I mean, he just kicks it out. But yeah, connect the rooks anyways. So maybe queen f4. There's still g5. I don't know if I want to do that. Potentially. Plus I'm hitting c7. And yeah, let's get that active. If queen d6, I might have knight e5. Or I might just, no, I might just take it. His pawns are, oh, but he's dominating d5. Not dominating, but he's covering e5. So I don't know if I would take it. Yeah, knight e5, f6. Then I have maybe knight d3. Okay. That all doesn't matter. So now I can double up the rooks. I can still do this idea. But I think I want to double up the rooks here. This is always falling, though. I wonder if h4 is a thing. If he goes here, then I can take, right? Here? Okay, let's try h4. Stopping g5. f5 though could be an issue. f5 g5 is a, yeah, that was bad. I shouldn't. Okay, f6 is a problem. Big problem. Big problem. Big problem. Okay. See, my concern with rook e2 was that he challenges me, and then after takes, he takes on a2. Wow, this guy is so nice. He's such a friendly guy. So I could take, or I could go here, but then f6. I guess I do have this. Okay, let's try it. We have knight d3. This guy was really friendly. I mean, several times. What a nice guy. Yeah, so all trades benefit me. Well, although my pawn is on h4 now. So the crippled majority isn't so weakening. Technically, I can still make a C cup, though. Yeah, so I still have knight d3. This shouldn't change anything. So let's just get that going. Pre-move here. So do they have... Is rook e4 thing? No. I don't think so. Rook e6, though. Yeah. So rook e6. And it's pretty equal there. Yeah, I could take the queen, or I could play rook on e1. Rook e6, rook e1. Sorry, I'm saying rook e6, rook takes e6. Queen takes e6, rook e1 is what I'm thinking. And then like queen f6 or something. Okay, it goes for this. Yeah, he's making a lot of suboptimal moves, I feel. Because I'm dodging a lot of problems that he could have created for me. Okay, he could go there and then he can play f5 again. Okay, let's take... I could go maybe g4 because this is coming. But this just seems wrong. It seems wrong. Okay, well, let's play the obvious. So f5. Wait, can I still play g4? No. Okay, time to try to be annoying. I did not play this game well. Neither did my opponent. Okay, so if b6, just trying to be annoying here, but I'm running out of annoying ideas. I have a check, but then I'm done. Then I'm done. So that didn't work out. Okay. My opponent really transformed his position over the past like 10 moves into a much better structure. That's funny. I had the better structure and now it's completely opposite. Let's just keep moving the knight around. Just try to be annoying. He always has to look out for forks and stuff. Equal on the clock. I'm going to try to push for a small time edge now by bringing in the knight again. Now, he has a knight too, so that essentially negates the trickiness of my knight because he can be just as tricky, and he wants this square. I don't know if I should go here because my knight might have trouble finding a way home. But I want it. I just want to be tricky with the knight because it's going to cost him clock time. Okay, he can't take with the rook, so now he ruined his pawn structure a little. And then oh, fuck me. Okay, well, so much for that. I just forgot my knight was hanging. Oh, God. I don't mind losing because I did not play it well. You know, he gave me a lot of chances. So, yeah, I can't get angry about losing this game. I had plenty of chances here, and I blew them all. Now I wonder if that would work because this is pretty. Okay, he doesn't do it. Yeah, it's too bad I dropped that. Too bad I dropped that knight, eh? Didn't see it. Now, if I get all the pawns off, I have a tiny, tiny chance of a draw. But look at this pawn. That's too much of a problem. Probably just here is simplest. Yeah, his e-pawn really stops any tiny chances for me. He can just roll the pawn. Just roll it. Maybe if he had 10 seconds here, I would have a tiny chance. You know, that pawn is not going to be stopped. He might even, he's close to getting forks now, and he can just support that. Hope for stalemates. I know he's being careful, but he's also being oddly slow. His pacing is kind of weird. Maybe he's really good at bullet. Yeah, he's confident here. Trying to get stalemated. I did pretty well considering I just dropped a full knight. Okay, so I think I spent too much time here, but I mean I did fine. I just dropped a knight. There's not anything special about that. You know, just dropped a knight at the end. Wow. Okay, no mistakes from my opponent, except the opening was kind of rough. So I'm curious about the c4. Yeah, so c4. Yeah, c4 would have been bad because the night before. And if queen a4, yeah, it just goes knight c6. So I was right to avoid that. But I did spend a long time avoiding it. And so bishop d3 was good. This was all good. Yeah, I just dropped the knight at the end. That's all there is to it. Okay, I'll play another one. That was not a... Did I lose every game tonight? I might have. I think I did, right? No, I had a draw. Okay, first Dutch of the night. Really been working on my Dutch. We're going to get this. Okay, well, I could do it so many different ways. Okay, I'm going to keep it traditional. Going to keep it classical here. I have d6. So that was weird. Oh, he wins a pawn? I might have knight c6 here. Look, now, can he take that? Or would this win his knight? No, he could then take, right? Yeah, so knight c6 should be okay. But we're out of, super classical Dutch territory. And I think I'm ready to just castle. Get out of that possible discovery. This should be very good for black. Okay, so I have maybe e5. but then he wins a pawn. But that pawn doesn't really bother me. You know, that doesn't really bother me. Could also maybe just take. No, I think I might want e5. I'm going to go e5. I guess he could just move the bishop somewhere, and then I'm left with this question again. If he goes to e2, though, I might have knight. No, that's not so great. But you know what? I've got this little maneuver. I might have been able to do that last move. No, it's you know, because I get his rook. It's very complicated. Yeah, so I might have knight e4. Well, okay, he's covering it. As soon as I say that, he finds the best move. Okay, wow. That sucks. I might have c4, but then he's just taking this. Okay, so yeah, that was a mistake on my end then. Okay, so a6. Astrogen. I'm not the best person to ask because I'm getting my ass kicked. But I can't even take that unless I want to sack the rook, which I don't think I do. I'm not getting discoveries or anything. I think he just gets that pawn. I really blundered. Okay, well, it looks like I'm going to not win a game tonight. Unfortunately. I'm not sure where I went wrong. It must have been the e5 move. Now his king is exposed. My Twitch ID, I haven't streamed on Twitch in a very long time, so might as well save the a pawn. Okay, so I'll go a5. So I'm down a pawn here. His king is a little bit exposed, so that's a little bit of compensation. But I am down a pawn. Hello, Kashri. Oh man, I can't. That's the worst for me. That's the worst thing. Hey, thanks for the sub, Sebastian. For me, that's the worst thing is watching. It's my least favorite thing to do is to look at master games. I just don't enjoy it. I'd rather do anything. I'd rather study end games or do puzzles or maybe compositions. I hate more. Like composed studies, I might hate that more. I really hate those. Between that and master games, I don't know. I just can't get into it. I like to play. I don't like to watch other people play like you guys are doing. No, but it's like that with sports too. I never really like watching sports. I'd rather do the sport myself. Okay, so this does nothing. Yeah, he's just developing. So I can develop a bishop. I might as well get it. I mean, I improve his queen, but let's just do that. I'm getting a little bit low on the clock too. So let's push back here a little bit. And then maybe I can play b5. Let's just do that. It's our turn to push back. Now, I just realized that my bishop is overloaded, but his king is getting more exposed. So, okay, now that's an interesting move because if I take, his king is again getting more exposed, but we're also trading off material. I think I'm actually, okay, I'm going to take that because if I don't, well, it's just bad for me. Now, whether I take here or not is a question. Now, I can take and then I have this fork, but he can just go to either of these two squares and he's okay. If I go here first, That might be the better option, but it's hard to say. Yeah, I'm kind of torn. They're very similar. If I go here, it does give him a chance to keep the bishop on the board, but I might not mind that. Okay, I got to pull the trigger on something, so I'm going to play knight e4. And have him make the decision. You know, so if he keeps the bishop on the board, it could be double-edged for him, because then I've got a bishop that's pointed near his king. So my king is slightly weaker than it was. Also, the d file could pose some problems. Okay, so he does keep the bishop on the board, and I wonder if I can go f5. There's en passant. Don't know how much I care about that. I can give a check, which doesn't do a whole lot. I might just want to get off of this discovered file. I'm very tempted to play c5. Yeah, the only thing, he would have to take en passant, really. And then so I take, then he has knight, then he's got this square, knight e5. I don't like that, but that's coming anyways. I might have to trade off his bishop. His bishop is pretty strong. He can still come here. But then I can trade and then take on c7. There's a fork there. So maybe I go here. Okay, we're doing that. So if bishop f6, I think queen f6. Getting it off the d file. I'll pre-move that even. If knight e4, I take, and then I take on f2 with a fork. Okay. I just want to look at this guy's account because he's... okay. So now he's going to defend with his queen. That's his idea there. Plus he gets off of this, which could have been dangerous for him. So that was a good move. I can give a check. It doesn't... Okay, he can't play e3, so he might have to take. If he doesn't take, I guess he is fine there. So he doesn't have to take. Okay, does this make sense again? Because again, there's this en passant. And after bishop c6, I think I'm okay there. Okay, let's do it. And I got to put a little bit of caution to the wind because, well, I'm down on the clock. And I'm down a pawn. And his king is exposed. So I got to get something going. Got to be a little bit aggressive here. This also poses a question to him. An important question for him to answer. So again, if he en passant, so I'm just going to take on c6. Exposing his king once again. Yeah, if I keep the initiative going, if I keep pushing at white, these pieces look sillier and sillier, right? If I just keep getting, opening up lines and attacking, these never get a chance to develop. And all my pieces are kind of participating. My rook is ready. Both of my rooks are ready to deploy. These are all active. Peter, I actually got my royalty check breakdown today, and boy, was that depressing. I wasn't able to negotiate because it was my first book, with a publisher. Well, first book, okay, so he retreats. So I think I want to keep attacking. Right? We just keep attacking. That's his king. That's his king, and we're going after it. Yeah, yeah. I have a book. It's like number. Well, it depends, but it's like number 30 on Amazon. Okay. I'm running out of time here. I think I want to keep attacking. We just keep attacking there. His king is exposed. He can't take on c4 because of threats. So his king is here. Okay. He is really doing a good job of defending. I just want to keep attacking. Just get that king open. Yes, maybe he wins the pawn, but his king is naked. We have to go after that king. Okay, there's got to be, we've got to be close to some wins here. Okay, we'll start. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that X-ray. X-ray on B2. I'll talk about the book after. Okay, but X-ray on B2. I told you that king, man, you got to expose it. Expose the king. Okay, so now we give a check here. And I don't think we want to overthink it. So king c2. We give another check because we don't want to overthink it. Because we don't have time to overthink it. Now he's getting... Okay, but now we've got this check. Okay, we'll do it. But I don't know about how good my discovery is. So if he goes to B1. Oh, you know what? We take the knight. Okay, he doesn't do it. Oh, God. Here. There we go. Yeah, this was all about exposing him. This was a good educational game. Okay. Oh, my God. Fortunately, we take back with check, but the discovered check scared me. Okay. So now what? I don't like this. Oh, no, I guess we do like that. He resigns. Okay. That was frustrating. That was stressful is the word. Okay, but this was a good example. So first of all, it was a Dutch. It's a weird Dutch. He played it like a Jobava London. And I thought this shouldn't hurt me, but this actually became a little bit of a problem. I'm not sure. Like maybe I should have just allowed him to take on a7 because how does he get out of that, right? Let's just say a castle, right? And then knight a7. How does he un-knight a7? He's kind of stuck. So maybe I should have just castled and then let him take on a7. And then I just play like bishop d7 or something. But then it gets a little tricky. Then there's knight c6. See? Because he's on my queen. But maybe that's still good because I'm winning a knight there. So that was maybe not a problem. I should have just castled maybe. And then, yeah, here I played e5. But then, yeah, I didn't really consider bishop e3 hitting a7 again. So I didn't really have a try. I don't know if I had better. I don't really think I had much better. Yeah, so he wins a pawn, but his king is more dangerous, or is more danger than mine. So I just starting to open up lines a little bit and get the pieces developed. And again, opening up lines because, well, his king is weaker than mine, and he's a little bit behind in development because he went after that pawn. So we have to open things up. And my development is almost complete, so I'm ready to just open things up. And again, just bringing in the pieces, opening the lines up. His king is on c1, so open up lines to that king. Open up lines to that king. Just keep attacking. You know, catch him with his pants down, right? He doesn't have his pieces deployed. I shouldn't really highlight the rook, but I mean, it is on its, you know, starting square, but especially this bishop. So it's like I'm up a piece, right? Because this bishop isn't playing. And his king is on c1. I mean, so just keep attacking and opening up lines. And now we have an x-ray on b2. And even if we didn't have rook b8, this is very good because his king is just weak. Maybe just a4 here, right? a4 and then a3. Just keep opening up lines. So, yeah, went after this and then, well, yeah. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. While it loads, I'll get the link to my book. It's called the Chess Quick Start Guide. I'll put it in the chat. It should show up there. I guess I could open it up while waiting. Yeah. So look at that, 4.8, or how do I? It's going to be a bit cut off. This way better. Okay, I'm going to go here. This will show CPT maybe. Okay, so. There we go. Yeah. So wait, this is oh, that's the Canadian site. It redirected me. Oh, it's still going to redirect me? Come on. Okay, so the American site. So yeah, 42 reviews so far, 4.8 out of 5. So people seem to like it. So it's available on paperback, Kindle, hardcover, spiral bound. Yeah, that's the book. It comes with many hours of video, although I think a lot of that video was done as a promotional thing. So it's currently number 34 for soft cover in the chess category, number 49 in board games. It's a little bit higher, I think, on Kindle. No, it was, but it dropped since yesterday. So here it is. So Levy's book is number 1. So I am down here, right behind 100 Endgames You Must Know. Not bad, eh? This guy. Not too bad, right? Yasser Seirawan is number 38 here. Woodpecker Method is 40, so we're ahead of Woodpecker Method. That's me, Tyler Cruz. My System is number 41. Art of Attack is number 46. Yeah, we're 34. People like it. No, honestly, it's my whole life. This is probably the most proudest thing I've ever done in my whole life. The book, like I really think it's super high quality. I worked so hard on it. The manuscript took about 6 months, and then the whole process with the publisher, the managing editors, the graphic designers, the copy editors, the beta readers, blah, 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 blah. There's like a team, huge team. That took another year. So manuscript took me about 6 months, 5 or 6 months. And then the editing and everything took about another year. But I'm very proud of it. And like, yeah, like I think it's super high quality. I worked so hard on it late into the night. Yeah, I also created all these videos and spreadsheets for it. Whoops. I think it holds up. Like if any like established reader, I wanted to review it, for example, I'm very confident about the quality of the book. Yeah. So, I was going to show some images that's on Amazon. These are from other people posting images of the book. It's a big book, and it's for beginners, right? It's for beginners, but it covers a lot of stuff that established players don't even know, like experienced players don't know. It covers quite a bit as you go on. Yeah. Anyways, that's my book. Okay, so let's get back to the game. And actually, I have to go to the bathroom, so talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back. I'm only going number 1, so don't worry. I'm back. Reserve Tempe. Yeah, I think I mentioned Reserve Tempe in the book. It's I don't talk too much about it though. But yeah, here's the book. It's a pretty big book, right? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? It's me. Interesting. You should. I'll circle back to that, Zwischenzug. Yeah. So the book is meant for beginners, but it assumes it explains it starts from the very beginning, like explaining the rules and everything. But if you read the whole book, it does cover a lot, and there's probably a couple little things in there, even for a player that's like 2000, that they don't know about. Like, for example, like the C cup. Do you guys know about the C cup defensive technique? Right? Do you know about that? There's little things like that, and I had a strong FM, my coach, who was one of the technical reviewers. He said there were a couple little things in there that he didn't know about. Now it's probably just like historical anecdotal things, I'm sure, but yeah. When did I start writing the book? Well, the publisher approached me. the beginning of last year, 2023, and then then I did the manuscript in 6 months, and then it was all the super long post editing process took forever. Yeah. What was? Yeah, I have more lessons with Alessandro coming up, but he just finished. He's just finishing a tournament, so I'll probably see him in a few days. Yeah, no, I'm super proud of this because the quality is there. Like I just worked so hard on it. I worked harder on it than anything in my life, basically. So, yeah. Okay, enough about that. Yeah, so as I was saying, I got my second royalty payment. They pay out, the publisher pays out the royalty payments quarterly, and so I just got my the second royalty payment and breakdown, and it was a lot less than I thought it would be. Yeah, as I was trying to say before, I was trying to talk about this before, but I was in the middle of a game. Because I'm a first-time author, I couldn't really negotiate or command much of a great negotiation price with the publisher because I had no track record, right? So they're taking a risk on me. So if I were to ever write another book, which probably I wouldn't because, well, I'm weak, but if I ever were to, I would, hopefully I have this track record and could, command a better price, a better rate. Yeah, that is one thing they told me. They said it takes a while to get a book rolling, and that over time, as I get more reviews on Amazon, it should hopefully pick up the pace and kind of snowball from there. The publisher has sold a lot of books. They've sold over 1 million books, so, and they only have maybe like 20 titles, so they know what they're doing. But yeah, hopefully the checks get bigger every time. Because originally my plan was, not my plan, but I was hoping that the royalties from the book would pay for my tournaments, so that I could go to over the board tournaments. But the check, or the royalty check I got today is not remotely close to covering it. And then getting back to the question of any upcoming tournaments, let me do this thing. Let me set this up first. I'm going to use studio mode. Hopefully this works. I think it does, yeah. So I'm going to use studio mode in OBS here to try to be professional. And yeah, so you should only see my webcam, right? And then, okay. So I'm going to load this up. Yeah. Yes, Doug. Okay. So if I hit this button, it should do a little fancy transition, I think. Okay, it didn't, but you see a map behind me now, right? Okay, let me do that again. I want to make it fancier. How am I supposed to do that fancier? Here. Oh, look at that. Okay. That concludes the special effects budget for 2024. Okay, so there is a tournament There's a tournament I was thinking about going to. It's in 2 weeks from now, and I was I played in it last year, and it's 9 rounds. There's also a 9 round blitz tournament on top of that after the tournament, but it's a 9 round classical tournament, and that would give me 9 rounds of video. As you know, I make tournament recaps of my over the board tournament games. That would give me. Let me just get out of studio mode. No, I'll keep it here. No, I'll get out of studio mode. Yeah, that would give me at least more than 9 videos. I'd have 9 video game recaps, but then I also take B-roll footage from the tournament, show some of the tournament hall, some of that. But it's expensive. Zerson says it would cost almost the same to play in the. Yeah, it actually would, because I live on this island here. You guys see the map, right? I think you do. So I live on this island, Vancouver Island, and most of the tournaments are on the mainland here in Vancouver, which even as Americans, I'm sure you've heard about Vancouver and that it's very expensive. So yeah, it's expensive. And like the hotels there, like, well, by the way, the Taylor Swift ended her tour here like a week ago, and the hotels spiked their prices, right? Of course, but they were like $2,000 a night for like a crappy hotel in Vancouver when she was here. They were $2,000 a night. But on a regular non-Taylor Swift day, they're expensive. They're like $250 to $300 a night. So it's really expensive. And then I also have to pay for the ferry over, and then I don't really take my car there because I can't see at night. I'm getting too old. Plus, I just don't like driving on the mainland. So then I have to take like an Uber, and it adds up. And then the price of food. I'll get back to the map in a second. But if we go to the tournament, so it's a 9 round tournament. About $125 entry fee. These are all Canadian prices, right? So for you Americans, it's like 60% of your dollar currently. But I really enjoyed this tournament last year. So this one isn't 90 plus 30 because it's 9 rounds. This is 50 plus 10. But I actually quite like that time control. It's 3 rounds per day and then 3 days. But it's kind of nice because last year I started the tournament poorly, but then I ended it quite strong. And so it gives you a chance to come back, even if you have a bad start. And because it's frustrating when you go to like a 5 round tournament and then you do poorly. If you have one bad game, you're kind of, or 2 bad games, that's over. Even if you win your last 3 games, 3 out of 5, depending on your section, is not fantastic. So 9 rounds is just really nice because even if basically it equalizes luck, right? Because if you have a bad game or 2, well, you can make up for it. Well, you can't really do that in a 5 round tournament. And these are the prizes. So because my rating dropped recently, I would have a good chance of essentially subsidizing some of the tournament costs, because I would be playing in the under 1500 section because I suck. And so there's a couple of kids there that are, everybody's underrated, but there's a couple of kids there that are kind of like rising stars, it looks like. So they might be they would definitely be in contention for like first and second. But what I'm trying to say is I have a very high chance of getting at least one of the prizes. I would have to perform really poorly to not even get $100. I'd be the top seed. So I think like it's never good to rely or think you're going to get a prize, but I think there's a really good chance I would get at least the $200 or $150 prize. So that helps a bit with the cost of the tournament. But I put it here somewhere. Let me just go back here to be safe. I have a document where oh, it's a different, no, I put it in a spreadsheet. So let me open up the spreadsheet. Yeah, so I put it at my expected cost to be without prize money. It cost me about $583 Canadian, which let's ask ChatGPT. No, let's ask Google actually. So that's about $400 US. So, and let me get back to the screen. So it'll cost me about 400 US or close to 600 Canadian. That's if I get an Airbnb. So a very cheap Airbnb. So the Airbnb, I found an Airbnb that is, anything else I want to show here? No, not really. So if I go back here, so this tournament is, again, it's on the mainland. So I would take a ferry, 2-hour ferry, and it's on this little island. So this is the Vancouver airport on the left over there. You can see my cursor. And then this tournament is over here. So Vancouver is this section here, basically, this area. This is all kind of Vancouver, essentially. And then it's on this little kind of like a peninsula. It's not really an island. And it's down from the casino. But the location isn't really great because there's no food. And that's, so logistically, that's a big problem for me. Last year, I was lucky because I got an Airbnb, which was right behind the venue. So this one is held at a church, which is here. And my Airbnb last time was right here. This house, I think. So, and there's a video. If you guys are curious, you can, after I'm done this stream, I have videos from that tournament. It's, search my channel for 2024 New Year's Open, and you can find those videos after. But yeah, I had an Airbnb right here, and it was very handy because in between rounds I could come back and relax, and then I could eat there. And I had a whole suite, so I had a kitchen. But the only place I could find now is up. It's around here. It's a 10-minute walk. I don't mind walking 10 minutes, but because the rounds are, if I have a late round, it could be really tight for eating. And it's like a shared kitchen, and that can always be kind of problematic. And I also eat late into the night. So that's kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, like a 10-minute walk. And I think I would have to walk, I guess, along this road, which is not, it's like a main road, Google Street View. But in the winter in Canada, so it's a little cold. Hopefully it won't be snowing or raining. Oh, I'm not going though. I'm not going to the tournament, so I don't know why I'm showing it. But I went to it last year, and it's just too expensive to go. It's hard for me to justify it. And if I had an Airbnb that was closer, maybe then I would go. But all of these things together make me not really want to go because, yeah, I got to spend 400 US and then walk 10 minutes and back, and it could be really tight in between rounds. Yeah, so let me just get back. So, yeah. Now there's another tournament held at the same time, or like a day later, which is on the same island that I'm on. So I live here, and this other tournament is in Victoria, but I don't want to go for that for a few reasons. Reason number one is I don't really want to drive in January when it could get icy or it could snow. I don't know if it'll snow though, because it's actually kind of hot this winter. I'd have to check the weather, but if it does get quite cold, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Plus, as I was saying, I can't see at night when I'm driving. I just can't see, and so this is it's not a fun drive. It's not really a relaxing drive. So, because you're kind of like on this mountain that you're driving, and I don't want to drive there at night, especially if it's raining. I just can't see. The other reason is it's only a 5-round tournament. And then lastly, the sections suck. There's like 800s and there's 800s in this other tournament too, but I just don't like the way it's organized really. Mossy, I when I was on Twitch in my earlier streaming years, I did that for a while, but nobody ever donated, and then I just looked like a beggar, and it felt bad, so I stopped doing that. Yeah. So I think the next tournament I will play is, I mean, there's a bunch. Next year's a big year too. Next year, actually, BC won the bid in Canada for the 2025 Canadian Open. And that's held in Vancouver. So that one, you'll probably see the Botez sisters, the Chess Bras might go there. And then I think in the last Canadian Open, there was Shirov played, and he played in a simul. So I could play Shirov if he does it again, and I think there was also oh no, that was a different tournament, but I think Van Forest played in one. So that the Canadian Open is held, in next summer, but that's expensive. That's like 9 days, or is it 9 days? Maybe it's like 7 or 8 days. It might be 9 days, but that's held in Vancouver, and that's going to be really expensive. But the next tournament I might go to is in Victoria. That's the Grand Pacific Open, which Hikaru won 1 year back in 2012 or 2013. Hikaru won back when he lived in Vancouver. That's one of my favorite tournaments of the year. It's held during Easter, and so it's very beautiful in Victoria then, and they get a good deal on the hotel there. So it's close to half price on a really nice hotel. I have lots of videos from past tournaments where I played in that tournament as well, and it's 6 rounds. So I might play in that one. Yeah. If I get good news from work in the next week or so, which is unlikely because work has been slow because of the holiday season. But if I get good news from work, or if I get a bunch of subscribers, like I told myself, if I got 1,400 subscribers, I would go to this tournament, this 9-round tournament. But essentially, for myself, I need something to justify going. I told myself that I would only go if I set 2 new personal bests, and I did achieve that, but then I still couldn't quite justify the cost. So, if I hit 1,400 subscribers, maybe then I can justify the cost, because then, my channel is growing, right? So, but it adds up, and I can't quite afford it like I used to be able to. A few years ago, I was going to like 8 or 9 tournaments a year, maybe even more. I might have went to like 10 tournaments in 1 year, but because I have to get a hotel every time, and because of the economy and everything, it's just really expensive to go. So I can't quite do that anymore. So I have to really pick and choose how many I go to. So I might only go to like 2 a year now. Okay. Sorry for the very long spiel on all of the tournament talk. I'm going to leave it there because I'm losing my voice, and it's been a 3-hour stream now. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. Have a good night. See you next time. Take it easy.